This video features some of the craziest new lottery winner stories from around the world.
Are you listening?
So this video features some of the craziest new lottery winner stories from around the world. My name is Timothy Schultz. I actually am a lottery winner. If you're new to this channel, way back in the day in 1999, I won the Powerball before going back to college to study journalism and broadcast news. I'm now combining my experience with these things with my desire to meet and interview other fascinating people. Now, some of these people happen to be other lottery winners. If you want to check out any of these interviews, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when they come out. I will also put a link to the playlist to this podcast below. But this video is all about some of the craziest new lottery winner stories from around the world. This includes multiple winning tickets sold on the same day, a man who won the lottery after using a strategy he learned on television, and a woman who believes she manifested her win along with several other lottery winners who won recently after having dreams about it. So without further ado, let's get to it now. Here are some of the craziest new lottery winner stories from around the world. First story I want to get to comes out of Arkansas, where a woman recently won over $500,000. She won on a quick pick natural state jackpot ticket. She said that she noticed an advertisement of this jackpot hitting new records, and so she went ahead and spent $45 on lottery tickets, and one of them happened to score her $520,000. She's quoted as saying, "Earlier this year, I wrote on a piece of paper that I was going to win the lottery after learning about manifestation from a friend. When I realized I wasn't dreaming, I started screaming and running down the street." Oh my gosh, congratulations to her. And whether you believe in manifestation or not, this is an interesting story. I am so happy for her. Congratulations. The next story I want to get to comes from London, where a 57-year-old man scored over $11 million in May of 2022 on the Lotto 649 jackpot. He'd been a player for 15 years, and it felt to him like a dream. And he's quoted as saying, "It took a few days before I could eat and sleep normally again." And I can completely empathize with that, because it can be very difficult to get back to life as usual, because it's sort of like a new normal, or at least it can be. Your world can really be turned on its head if you happen to win a lottery jackpot. But congratulations to him. Next story I want to get to just happened in June. On Father's Day, a Raleigh, North Carolina man won $2 million on a scratch-off. It's incredible. He's quoted as saying, "When I was buying the tickets, I said, this is my Father's Day gift to myself." And he bought this scratch ticket as a Father's Day gift to himself and won $2 million. It's amazing. He is quoted as saying, "I was kind of delirious, to tell you the truth. It still hasn't really hit me yet." And yes, I do not blame him. It does take a while. It can be very, very surreal. And it does happen. The lottery god has no discrimination. Some people compare winning the lottery to getting struck by lightning. But if you play the lottery, you are placing yourself in this lightning field, so to speak, and it could happen. And if it does, it can be very surreal. The next story I want to get to also comes out of North Carolina, where a man just won $1 million after following a gut feeling. So this man went to a convenience store and bought a $25 Spectacular Riches ticket, which is a scratch ticket, after having a hunch, a very strong hunch to buy this particular ticket. And then he won $1 million. Congratulations to him. He actually works as a heating and air conditioning technician, and he happened to be at his boss's house when he scratched the ticket. He's going to say, "Oh my God, you are not going to believe this. I just won $1 million. Wow. Congratulations to this lucky winner who won after following his hunch." Now, the next story I want to get to comes from a win that was inspired from watching television, of all things. There is a popular television show called Lottery Changed My Life on TLC. And I've been on this show a couple of times. I've met several other people who have appeared on this show. But apparently there's someone in South Carolina who used a strategy that was on this show of spending $25 per week for 3 months on the lottery. And so he did this, and in the first month he won $500, but on the 7th week he actually scored $100,000. He told South Carolina lottery officials that he didn't even know how to play the Powerball, yet he scored big using this strategy. I am not endorsing any sort of strategies on this show, I want to add, but this worked for him. I am so happy for him. Congratulations. It's amazing. The next story I want to get to comes from the U.S. state of Wisconsin, where in July of 2022, there were 4 winning tickets on the same day. There's a game, Wisconsin's Lottery Super Cash, where 4 tickets were sold on the same day. These tickets were $350,000 tickets each. The odds of winning this top prize were 1 in 1,631,312. Ouch! Well, if you're new to this channel, you might not know that my advice is not to listen to the odds, because anything is possible. If you play, you do have a chance. Only spend what you can afford. Have fun with it. But hey, if you play, you do have a chance. And on one day in July of 2022, 3 people won this exact game. It's incredible. Then in Michigan recently, there were 3 $1 million scratch tickets all sold on the same day. All 3 winners chose to remain anonymous. I did make a video about if you happen to win the lottery, whether to claim a prize anonymously or publicly. I will put a link to that video below. One of them happened to be a truck driver who just happened to be driving through Michigan. He's quoted as saying, "I scratched my ticket when I got back into my truck. I couldn't believe it when I saw I'd won $1 million. I didn't believe it was real until I called the lottery office to confirm my prize." He was a 45-year-old truck driver from the state of Illinois. That is incredible. Now, the last 3 stories that I'm going to get to in this particular video are about lottery wins that happened after having a dream. It's very, very fascinating, and I find it very personal because that happened to me. If you're new to this channel, you might not know that I had a very vivid dream about winning the lottery a long time ago, a few months prior to winning the Powerball, and then it happened. It was very, very surreal, and I'm not alone. This happens to a lot of people, so I do try to cover these stories on this channel and interview other winners and ask them about this type of thing. I find it very fascinating. But let's get to these recent stories here. The first one from Pickering, Canada, where a 75-year-old man won $100,000 from Lotto Max. And that's, amazing, but he had a dream about it a few days prior to it happening, which is incredible. He is quoted as saying, "I had a dream I won $100,000 a few days before, and in that dream, I was thinking of how to spend it." Well, congratulations to him. Now he really has to think about how to spend it. That is literally a dream come true, and that is awesome. Congratulations to this man in Canada. The next story I want to get to comes from Virginia, where a man won $250,000 from numbers he saw in a dream. In July of 2022, this man won Virginia's Bank a Million game and won $250,000. But what's really especially interesting about this is that he saw the numbers that he played in a dream. It's really, really amazing. And the last story I want to get to in this video comes from Melton, Australia. In May of 2022, a Victorian mother won $4.8 million, which is amazing, but her son actually had a dream that his mom was going to win the lottery a few years prior to it happening. She's quoted as saying, "You know what? My son had a dream a few years ago. He woke up one morning and said, 'I had a dream about you. You won $15 million. So the amount that her son saw in the dream was not the same, but what are the odds that her son would have a dream that she was going to win the lottery, and then a few years later she won a few million in the lottery? It's really, really amazing. And this type of thing happens all the time. I will put a couple videos I did about other lottery winners who won after having dreams about it below, as well as a couple videos I've done about my own experience and my own dream that happened prior to winning. It's a really fascinating subject, and I definitely want to get some people on this channel who won after having a dream about it. And if you are a skeptic and you think, oh, this is just a coincidence that a lottery winner might have a dream about it and then win the lottery, that's okay with me. I'm not here to convince anyone of anything, but I love covering stories when that does happen. The truth is, you don't need to have a dream about winning the lottery to have a chance to win the lottery. All you need is one ticket. It just takes one to win, and you do have a chance. Never spend more than you can afford. Have fun with it. But remember, you do have a chance if you play. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button and let me know in the comments, what do you think of these lottery winning stories, and what would you do? What will you do if and when you win the lottery? Because if you play, it is possible. As always, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support.